All right. I'm making this video for two reasons. First, I definitely want to talk about Spence and Porter and what I think this fight means. All right, I made a couple of videos already. I mean, the fight is official. We got a date. We already know what's up with the fight. But Roy Jones has been vocal about Errol Spence. He's not completely sold on Errol. He believes that this fight will give him a lot more credit if he is to beat Sean Porter. Okay, Roy Jones have publicly said things. He's done a recent video interview recently, and he did one prior to another fight, maybe after the Mikey Garcia fight, where Spence really didn't like his comments, and I know Spence supporters have come out and kind of dissed Roy Jones and his comments and stuff like that. Um, Listen, this is how I feel. All right, Roy Jones Jr. feels that Spence needs to beat Porter. He's not completely sold on him. All right, he knows that he beat Mikey, Kell Brook, Lamar Peterson. Cool, good wins. Algieri, Bundu, solid. All right, but Roy Jones feels that the fight against Porter, a win against Porter, gives him a lot more credibility. He's saying, listen, I know what it looks like, but I just want to see it. What is wrong with him having that opinion? I don't get why people attack him for saying that. Why does he have to be a hater for saying that? I don't make videos where I like if a boxer has an opinion about a certain fight or a certain fighter, like legends, like retired guys, I don't make videos about what they say. Like it's their even if I disagree with them completely, and it happens all of the time, I just don't disrespect the legends. Why are we at a point where fighters, I mean fans, in the comments making videos, whatever, they're disrespecting legends, like legends, for having an opinion, a different opinion? It's getting that bad, okay? And I think Roy Jones is making a good point. I like Errol Spence. I think he's one of the best. Do I think he's better than Bud? No, I give that slight edge to Bud. All right, but I've been back and forth with that. Um, I think the Kell Brook win was a very very good win. I thought the Lamar Peterson win was a solid win. I didn't think the Mikey Garcia win was that big of a deal because I thought that was a mismatch to begin with. And I understand that Thurman and Porter and Garcia and a lot of guys didn't want to fight him. But Roy Jones make a good argument because Sean Porter has been in a ring with a load of welterweights. Win or lose, he's lost to Kell Brook, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman fight was very, very debatable. Could have gone either way. Kell Brook edged him. Okay, looked better than Keith Thurman, but it wasn't no domination. It was a nice, solid win. But Sean has been in there with pretty much everybody. He's been in there with Broner. He's been in there with uh, Devin Alexander when he was still a champion. He's been in there with Danny Garcia. He's been in there. He's been in there with a lot. Andre Berto. He's been in there with a lot of welterweights, man. More than Keith Thurman, more than Kell Brook, the guys that he lost to. He's been in a ring with more top welterweights than the both of them. Okay? So for Arrow to go and fight this guy and possibly beat him and look impressive doing it, more impressive than Kell Brook, more impressive than Keith Thurman, would be a huge statement. Now, if he is to do that, because most people think he is going to do it, if he is to do that, then Roy Jones said, well, then I'm going to give you your credit. Some people think Spence is better than Bud right now. That's fair. That's your opinion. He might be better than Bud. I flip flop with that. I think Bud is a little better though. That's just my opinion. But you shouldn't be getting crucified for like Roy Jones. We're talking about Roy Jones here. He's like one of the greatest ever. He's not just a legend. Like, he's an all-time great. And people are disrespecting and slandering him because he thinks that Errol is good. He just wants to see and prove that he's as good as many people think he is. That's all the man's saying. So I agree with him. I think Sean Porter, if he is to able, imagine Errol Spence were to stop Sean Porter. You know how many mouths he shut if he does that? Because a lot of people feel that because he didn't knock out Mikey Garcia, that his punching power may be a little bit overrated. Or maybe he's a little overrated. Now I know people are gonna come in the comments and say that Errol let him live. Let him survive. Did you see the 9th round? Did you see the 11th round? Maybe it's not Spence's fault. Maybe Mikey is just that tough of a dude. Mikey's never lost before. He's never lost before. He's been down, but he's never lost before. So maybe he's just that tough of a fighter. I think Errol was trying to stop him in the 9th and 11th round. I think he really was. Just couldn't get it done. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You won every goddamn round, so I have no problem with it. You know? You did beat Mikey up. You just didn't stop him. I think Errol is legit. It's just this guy is just saying that I want to see what he does against Porter. And if he is to beat Porter convincingly enough, better than Kell Brook and Keith Thurman, that is a huge statement, especially if he stops Porter. That'll be great. You know, and I think he's going to be fighting the best Sean Porter. I think people are asleep on Porter because Porter has been fit. He's been preparing a lot longer than Spence. I think Porter took this not only because of the money, but I think he said, all right, you know what? He needed more time. I think he's been studying Spence. I believe that he's taking the fight now because he thinks he can actually win. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going in there because it's just a money grab. I think he actually believes he can win. So I think it's a great fight because Porter, that's the best way you can gauge Errol Spence is by beating Sean Porter. It's a better win than a Kell Brook win. I know Kell Brook beat Porter, but who else did Kell Brook win against? He doesn't have many big wins. He never fought Amir Khan. If he never even fought Devin Alexander when Devin Alexander was actually relevant. Remember that, guys? I think a lot of you guys probably don't even know that those two were supposed to fight 2 times. And they both fell through. One time it was Devin's fault. The other time was Kell Brook's fault. They were supposed to fight a while ago, before Kell Brook was even champion. That was supposed to be his first big test. Kell Brook's first big test was Sean Porter. And the other 2 tests, which was Errol and Triple G, he lost. He got stopped. There's really no other big fights in between. Sean Porter has a better resume, even though he lost to Brook. He has a much, like his resume is much deeper as a welterweight than Kell Brooks is. How many champions or former champions did Sean Porter beat while they were still good? You know? So I think this is a legit fight. And I think Roy Jones made a great point. Whether you disagree with him or not, agree or disagree, he made a good point. And we got to stop disrespecting these legends. Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins. I mean, B-Hop says a whole bunch of shit that I just don't agree with sometimes. But I don't disrespect the man. It is what it is. Plus, also, he's aligned with Golden Boy. He's also a promoter. He's going to say what he wants to say. But I see so many people slander this guy. Lennox Lewis is another guy that I don't agree with all the time. He says a lot about Anthony Joshua, you know, and I disagree with him a lot. But I've never made a video about what Lennox Lewis says about Anthony Joshua. I'm not going to slander him. That's Lennox Lewis. He's one of the greatest heavyweights ever. What I'm gonna slander him for? That's his opinion. It is what it is. I disagree with him, but hey, that's how he sees it. Teddy Atlas is a little crazy, you know, but yo, it's Teddy Atlas we talking about here. I'm not gonna disrespect him. There's people on YouTube don't do shit that's disrespecting these guys, and they get mad at me for saying what I say about some of these active boxers that hasn't proven that much. You talking about legends and all-time great trainers and boxers who's proven himself and retired. Who else did he talk about? Andre Ward. Andre Ward probably got the worst slander that I've ever heard any boxer get since I've been on YouTube. The disrespect. The disrespect on Andre Ward is on another level. The way they disrespected him, his family, over his thoughts on the Wilder fight, which was shared by many. Floyd got it too that night. But Andre Ward got it to a different level. You guys know what I'm talking about. Why is this even allowed to happen without without fans getting checked for it? That's hey, people got making videos about me. And there's other people that's making videos talking about Andre Ward like that. Andre Ward? SOG? This is what I'm saying. The level of disrespect got to stop. It's ridiculous. You know, we got a couple guys that just died recently in the ring, and these guys are slandering dudes that actually lived and fought their whole career. It's just an opinion. He wants to see the Sean Porter fight. I want to see it. Most of us want to see it. I know everybody has Errol winning already, okay? But Sean Porter is a damn good welterweight. That's a damn good fight, and that's the best fight. That is the best name that Errol would have on his resume is if he is to win. That would be the best win he would have, not Kell Brook. And I think Kell Brook had a better chance at beating Errol, especially at that time. I mean, Errol's only going to get better. He's getting better. But Kell Brook was a tougher fight in my opinion. I think Errol's going to beat Sean. But I ain't sleeping on Sean. You never know. You never know. You can't sleep on Sean. But Sean Porter, as far as resume, is the better win to me. It's a bigger win because this is more of a... This guy is a proven welterweight. He's been there. He's not no guy moving up. He's not a guy. A lot of people don't even think Kell Brook is a credible of a win because of the fact that Kell Brook was coming down from a loss for where his eye socket was fractured. You know, he got his ass destroyed by Triple G. Came back down from 160. I've given Errol all the credit for that win, but there's a lot of comments that I read that said, that's not that credible of a win. Look at the time that he fought Kell Brook. He didn't fight him at his best. And what has Kell Brook done since then? He hasn't done shit since then. He hasn't done much. You know, we still waiting to see what he's going to do. You know, I would like to see what he's going to do, but you know, I blame the outcome of his career on a lot of other things, but the video is not about Kell Brook. But anyway, yes, let's stop disrespecting the legends. You know, they're entitled to their opinion, even if you disagree. He just want to see more from the kid. He says it clearly. I know what it looks like. I just want to see you do it. We say that about many fighters. So cut the fanboy shit. Let him prove what he got to prove, what he will prove, because I believe he will win. And then we can move on. All right? So anyway, that's my video. I'm done for the night. Y'all have a good night. See you tomorrow. Have a good weekend too, by the way. Peace.